Good morning. 51% in grade 9 gym. That's what I got. And I really want to preface this before we get started because this is a fact. Welcome to I Woke Up Like This. It is Monday morning. It is 7 o'clock a.m. I've got my coffee beside me. It's like lukewarm even now because I made it before I started setting up. Anyways, so, yes, as some of you may or may not know, being physically active never came easily to me. Never. I was the kid who always found every excuse not to participate in gym class. I got 51% in grade 9 gym, which was the last mandatory gym class I took. So the last gym class I took for high school. And I just kissed it goodbye once it was done. I grew up taking a few dance classes, but really physical activity did nothing for me. So when I got myself involved in going to the gym, which was very outside of my comfort zone, I had no idea what I was doing. So let's flash back a little bit. I had a goal. My goal was I wanted to play a superhero in the movie. I was legitimately an actor at the time, so this didn't come out of left field, but that was my goal. And looking back at that goal right now, my poor personal trainer, I don't even know what he did with that because it was completely immeasurable. It was a goal. I wanted to play a superhero in a movie, but there was no way for him to know really when I achieved that goal. I guess until I got hired as a superhero, but it kind of happened. I played a voice of a superhero in a cartoon series. So, note, be specific with your goals. I wanted to be the live action, but the cartoon thing was pretty cool. Anyways, so the point of this is so many of us get wrapped up in what exercise can do for us or the end result. Which means when you are done whatever workout you're doing of the day, everyone's doing it, they're getting results, you're excited, you want those results, you're finished, you're sweaty, you're exhausted, you're sore, which are not necessarily bad things if that's what you enjoy, but the results aren't there immediately. So if you're someone who doesn't enjoy those things, it's hard to stay on track with something when you're finished and you just feel done at the end. And your result isn't there immediately because those types of results take time, right? So when I first walked in the gym, I had no clue what I was doing. I had decided that I would buy magazines and work out from home for a year before I decided to get a gym membership. And what ended up happening with that is I remember very specifically one magazine I had, it was like 6 exercises to your best butt. It was like Women's Health magazine or something, and I'm talking years ago. You could probably find it still if they have some archive of something. But they also probably had a lot of those articles. So that's what I had. I didn't know the importance of repetitions. I didn't know the importance of the breaks that we put in between those repetitions, why we do a certain amount of sets. I had no idea what I was doing. I don't even know if I was executing the movements properly. So what did I do? I hired a personal trainer because this whole exercise realm, aside from grade 9 gym class, I had not had any experience with going to the gym, and we all know how that turned out, 51%, right? So I hired a personal trainer, and I was very lucky with the personal trainer that I hired because he was very willing to explore different types of movements with me. I remember day one, he was like, how'd it go? And I was like, I hated it. It's like, I did not like that at all. He's like, okay, no problem. And I guess he went back to the drawing board or whatever he does in between clients and figured out something else. And it took time. It took time and practice and looking for different things for us to finally figure out what worked for me. The other thing that I love that he asked me, which had nothing to do with fitness at all, is what do you do for a hobby? And my response was, well, I'm not active. And he said, no, beside that, do you draw? Do you read? What do you do? And I was like, oh, well, how is that going to get me active? So it was really interesting that he asked me that. He really wanted to know who I was at the core. And he told me at the time that those questions helped him decide what we would do for my programming, which at the time was mind-boggling to me. Now it is also something that I ask my clients as well, and I do use that information. Sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's more clear-cut than others of how I'm going to use this information, this hobby of yours, to incorporate into your routine. But sometimes it just even comes down to mindfulness. Sometimes it just comes down to, go read a book because it makes you feel good. Reminding people to take those opportunities to do what feels good, because we need those moments in our lives. It's not about the hustle all the time. It's not about, constantly working out. We got to take care of our minds as well. So think about kids. They explore and do things because it brings them pleasure in the moment. When was the last time we did that when it came to movement? And at some point, we just completely lose that, right? Interesting. I don't know. I really went off on a tangent there. And then I was like, I lost steam because it's 7 o'clock in the morning and I haven't finished my coffee yet. So I'm going to take a sip of this. So how can we start to explore that joyful movement, that those things that make you happy, that make your heart sing, that when you're done a workout, you feel amazing? Explore, number one. Different styles of working out. I think a lot of times, I could be wrong, when women come in to see me, I think they expect dumbbells, like little light dumbbells. And the first day I put a barbell on their back, they're kind of like, whoa, what is this? And then they do it, and their whole demeanor changes. They feel powerful, they feel sexy, they feel energized just from like having lifted this barbell that they had no idea that they could do. I throw on a pair of boxing gloves on other women that I work with, and they just light right up. There's something about punching a bag that just feels good, which may sound awkward coming from a yogi, but it's just a bag. It's just a punching bag. It's all good. The other thing that might be a factor is timing. We do not need to put in hours at the gym or even a full hour to get our work done. Short, sweet workouts are what's going on right now. Things that get it done, full body movements, or if you don't feel like you have time, why not break it up between 2 days? As long as you are not working the same body part 2 days in a row, you're good to go. So find what works for you timing-wise. Time of day, the timing of the exercise itself, how many times a week you're going to do it, and don't forget the importance of rest as well, because there was a time I was teaching 6 days a week, and I would be like, I have Sundays off. But at the rate that I was working out, I actually needed 2 days off. Another story for another time. And then the last thing to think about, so we've got style of exercise. We've got timing. On top of the style one, I want to flip back. I hate doing that, but I will do it. The other thing with style is when I work with clients, we go through 3 distinct phases. We will focus on one phase more than the other. So I've talked about this in the past. We've got the strength phase, the build phase, the burn phase. So these are all different things that are going to give you different results. Sometimes people don't understand why we're doing a certain phase because in their mind, it doesn't go towards their goal. But each of these phases feeds off of each other and makes your goal phase better the next time you hit it. So that was my flashback to the style part. So we've got style, we've got timing, and the last one is environment. You need to be comfortable where you're working out. So whether that's, the big box gym or a boutique studio or in your home or even the type of people that you surround yourself with can be a huge thing. So that's not really environment, but it is in a way. Making sure that wherever you're doing your exercise, you're comfortable with the environment. You're confident in the environment. You're confident with what you're doing. And maybe there should be a fourth. Maybe there should be a, take the time to, yes, I love the burn phase too. Although I'm really partial to the strength phase right now because I feel really energized afterwards. So yeah, just like get yourself going, get yourself doing things. If you need to, there's a lot of places that you can just hire a personal trainer for a certain period of time so you feel comfortable within the movement, so you understand why the reps, why the timing, why we're doing things a certain way, and just make sure that, you're just doing your thing. So that's all I got today. Style, timing, environment, and make sure you know what you're doing, and I guarantee you're going to find something you love. You're going to feel successful in it. You're going to feel sexy, confident, energized. It's going to be all there. So thank you, as always, for tuning in on Monday morning at 7 o'clock a.m. Oh, hey, Erica. It's so nice to see you. Your name. So thanks again for coming out this morning, and I look forward to talking to you again next Monday morning. This is I woke up like this. I don't know why I ended it like that. That was weird, right? That was really weird. Okay, I'm just gonna shut it off now because that was strange.